Hello, welcome back. Lots of battles this turn. We also have a dire portent. Man has cast Mother Oak this time, so best of luck to them keeping it up longer than Jomon did. Maybe it was them that dispelled it, who knows? We also did some Transmute Fire, so turn 15 fire gems into 420 gold. It's not bad. Lots of battles then. Nothing is too consequential. We can see God continuing to march some things at us. So, random Griffin Rider, a couple of Huskarls, some Garnet Priestesses and Garnet Sorceresses in the back, 2 Milton Scratties. Just marching towards my cap again. So, another push. Smaller than last time though. So that's walking towards us. And I guess Rid is pretty interesting as well. Was bunching up some stuff here. We actually have some Ryujin here though, which is a bit more than I was expecting. But we've got a Lush-Dragonian. A shield that gives him some corpse candles. Some bottles for some water lilies. These guys are right at the back of the battlefield unfortunately, so takes us a while to walk over to them. And then takes a little bit of time to kill them. Which is unfortunate because that means a bunch more communion slaves died because this wasn't intended to be doing an actual battle. Oh well, but there we go. We found some Dragon Pearls. These are really good items, but they're cursed, so you have to hope that they get picked up by somebody useful. None of them were picked up by anybody useful though, so there we go. It's more annoying than anything. The rest of the battles I'll just look at on the map in a second. Event in Semiraj is quite nice. We got 13 nature gems, and we are starting to starve due to lack of supplies in the wasteland. So I've decided to turn those nature gems into bags of wine immediately. Dragon Ridge we also saw get attacked by Bogus, so that's quite funny. That is over here. And besides that, Boar Woods is open now. Did some patrolling in Broken Land, didn't catch anything though, so no battle there. Yep, Starving, Lost Star as your mage as well. And that's it for messages. Yeah, it's Bogus. Here's the map now. So, cross swords are where we had the battles this turn. Here's that Utgard stack walking towards us. So I'm going to just assume it's going to move straight onto my cap again this time, so... this turn, just trying to make sure I defend all the provinces this can move to. I'm going to keep trying to take stuff as well. I was going to send this guy underwater, but since this is here now, I might as well head back up. Maybe he'll be more useful in this region too. We did see the Utgard getting stormed, so... I'm not going to learn much we don't already know, but here's this army again. So many white mages. This guy is very decked out. I think maybe he wants to run up and stab my Lush-Dragonians with his dust daggers. Yeah, lots of stuff. Anyway, that's an Utgard now. So, yeah. Warwoods is also open. So I assume that's about to get stormed by... It's now 420 units. Lots of Tengus, Yamabushis, Ashigarus. Still not sure where someone's god went. Wonder if this is more stuff moving towards us, or if he's just doing other stuff with that. Who knows? Anyway, yeah. We also moved into marshlands. We killed all the event stuff pretty easily, so that's fine. No losses there. The dust guys are just too good. Shade Forest. Lush-Dragonian cleaned up some 1 point of PD. By the way, this guy, he's walking around with the werewolf bodyguards. He has them next to him all the time so that when he puts up Soul Vortex, which I don't think he does in this battle. No, it's not worth it. When he puts up Soul Vortex, he'll be able to drain from these guys who regen, so they're nice little fatigue batteries for him, which I thought was, you know, kind of clever, right? Yeah, we took Shade Forest. Became failure. I mean, none of this is too difficult. Mercs we took with the mercenaries. Red is where we fought those Ryujins. Moved into Robber Home with our banishers. Lost the priest, unfortunately, but that's okay. And up here we can also see, I think it was, yeah, this. So more stuff moving towards Agartha's Cap. I mean, there's, you know, big stacks now either side of Agartha's Cap. You'd think he'd pull back, but I guess he feels confident he can defend with just this stuff. Or he feels confident Erythea is not going to threaten him. I mean, Erythea is now in Agartha's Cap circle. I don't know. I mean, we still have to deal with this, I think. Yeah, that's it for battles, though. Anyway, this turn, right. So first up, we're going to try and deal with this thing. So some stuff is move patrolling to Phlegra. So the Dust guys, Elestragonian. This guy has the Shroud, Snake Ring, and the Snake Bladder Stick, so he's a poison Lestragonian. Yeah, I'm just heading there with the undead dudes. We'll move patrol on Phlegra. There's 10 points of PD as well. Should be fine to defend against this, I would think. This Tyrant's just going to head to Curtain Wall and take that back. I assume it's going to be empty, but you never know. And the mercenaries and the mercs are going to press up to Scarce Hope Waste. It is very strong and well organized. But these mercenaries are pretty good. They've got 2 attacks. There's 32 of them. 17 defense, so they're kind of hard to hit as well. I'm hoping they'll be okay taking Scarce Hope. And at that point, Big God only has this generating Dominion, and Dominion is, you know, a difficulty in this game, so he might be out pretty quickly after that. We'll see. Next up is this region. I'm going to have to split up this army a bit because of supply issues. We're using 140 supplies here with a bunch of bags of wine on people. And we have this army here in Rid, which is using 220. So I'm going to move a bunch of stuff into Robber Home. This has tons of supplies, and it also still connects to Summer Edge, which is probably where I have to go through to attack Utgard. So most of my stuff is going to go here. They'll defend this province, but mostly just splitting up because of supply issues. So there's lots of units here. I don't think Agartha can move this whole stack over into Robber Home in one turn. Because I think if you... it's like, for me, it's 25 move to get there. But I think if it was something I had selected, I think at one point in a similar sort of situation. And I think it still was like 9 movement points to get across that river. And some of his units, his most numerous ones, the Blindfinders, only have 8 map moves, so I don't think he's going to move the entire stack straight into this forest, so I think I can get away with splitting up my units and just dumping half of my army here. He might move half of his army here, in which case this is kind of a fair battle, I suppose. So I'm making sure we can do Wind Guide, Mass Flight, and Fog Warriors and Flaming Arrows. So that should be pretty good at least, because we've got lots of ranged units, tons of crossbows and javelins, pretty nice frontliners too, and the dust guys. So yeah, we'll put most of our army in Robber Home, forge a bunch of endless bags of wine, and then these guys in Rid are going to head over to Broken Land. Also moving some of the stuff out of Phlegra there as well, more communion slaves to replace the ones we've lost. Yeah, so those guys can all go to Broken Land. We also have some ghouls here now as well, right? Yeah, making tons of these guys now every turn as well. So that's even more chaff for us. So that's the main kind of movement, it's just pulling these guys back to defend this territory, try and secure this, finally get rid of Utgard stuff over here. So it's a bit safer. Just ignoring this. I'm having this mage demolish the lab, just to be annoying, since I've seen this get stormed this turn. But yeah, so just kind of ignoring that for now. But I mean, this section of the map is kind of secure for us now, except for the incoming push from Jomon. This just got taken, so we'll get to see what Agartha does next turn. But I think I'm probably going to force some kind of battle with this, just to get rid of it, I don't know. Maybe I can see if Erythea wants to drop another Murdering Winter on it, that would be nice. I don't have many water gems to send, but whatever, I'll speak to them. If I'm planning on moving up and attacking this, it would probably be clever. I think a lot of those mages are going to have cold resistance there, right? Probably some of this undead stuff too, I would guess. Yeah. Lots of call resistance. I guess it would really only clear out the blind fighters and the crossbows. Maybe some of the mages if we get lucky and hit them. We'll see. Those are the main movements at the moment, though. We do have another Lush Dragonian queued up, so that's nice. I am moving our Death Earth Mage over to even more. There's a lab here, and this province is kind of out of the way. So we have our Skull Staff now. So I can give that to him and start summoning some poison golems. I don't want to summon these in a province with my army because of has a Bane Venom charm effect. So kind of sad because Ivin was a really good province. Don't really want to hurt the population here, but oh well. I'll start making some poison golems out of this province. It would be interesting to summon a Calcaturas as well because they're pretty cool, but I don't know. It's more tempting to just keep saving the fire gems to do more hidden in sands, you know? Maybe one day we'll do a Calcaturas though. Anyway, that's it for now. Next thing will be just to sack this while we try and get rid of Utgard and clean up some of this territory a bit. And then hopefully Utgard's, not Utgard, Agartha. Try and clear out Agartha. And then hopefully he has to focus on Erithea then and we can turn our attention to defending against Jomon. And hopefully go back for this stuff and pick up this throne one day. Who knows? Our lack of Dominion is a pressing issue though. Our cap circle is down to 2 dark candles, 1, 5. Funeral is 10 points of Abysseus Dominion. Losing all these temples sucked. Losing all these temples sucked. Can't do much about that at the moment though. Dominion's kind of it's a luxury issue for us to deal with. Besides that, not much to say. Doing research, bit of preaching, reanimating ghouls, making endless bags of wine, and that's it. Next month we'll have a Lash Dragonian paid for, and over 55 fire gems. Got some items ready as well, even though they're not great, but you know, it's something. And I've given out as many lanterns as I'm willing to. I want to give lanterns to the big guys. All the guys here that are sitting still have one. Yep. Alright. That's the turn. So, it's turn 49. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello, welcome back. We lost another scout to Mind Hunt, unfortunately. Took Curtain Wall with no resistance. And then lots of battles. We did have a patrol defense in Phlegra. So what remains of God rolling at us? So we got 10 points of PD, Dust Walkers, Lush Dragonian Tyrant. It was okay. So that's that at least. There's Phlegra. Lost a Dustwalker and a Werewolf, unfortunately. But there we go. We also got attacked by Utgard in the Mercs as well. So the absolute last of Utgard's forces here. We have a Garnet Amazon and a Scout. So fortunately I had some PD here. Not very good PD, but you know, good enough. So I think we're secure against Utgard now in this area. Which is nice. We had Jomon losing a region, taking another water province off us, unfortunately. Scarsoap Waste we moved into, so took that province off Utgard with our mercenaries. They did pretty well. I guess I'll just quickly... How well does it go? Flying guys go in immediately. Handle those okay. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. So there we go. And down Utgard's temple as well. Besides that, we saw some battles between Erithea and Agartha again. So, little stacks. And also Agartha's cap being put under siege. So, big communion. Lots of sacreds in the front. Taking out the PD. Wow, it looks like they popped the commander instantly with Mindhunt, and then the whole thing just routed right away. So that's on Agartha now. Looks like the communion has been balanced. No losses, which is nice. And yeah, someone also stormed our fortress in Borewoods. So he's got some units around his mages now on hold and attack. Also, we're very susceptible to MR negate stuff. Our giants just have no magic resistance. So they all just get paralyzed immediately. And that's that. Not great. The mages still don't really have bodyguards, they just have units on hold and attack arranged around them though. So, you know. It's not too bad. We can do Firestorm almost as well, I think. He's got, looks like, what do you call it? Army of Lead up. Or maybe not, because that's only some of them that have the protection. I guess that's just Iron Warriors. Yeah, probably just a bunch of guys doing Iron Warriors, I would guess. A couple of Daitengu. Flame Spirit. With 5 Fire Gems. Wonder what that's for. Could just be lots of flaming arrows, I guess. Oh well. There is our fortress in Borewoods. We killed 2 daimyos somehow, and let's see. A couple of archers, a Tengu warrior, 3 Karasu Tengus. Yeah, killed 13 units, but not really anything meaningful. It's more or less it for battles. Events there, not great. People immigrated to Scarce Hope Waste, so, you know, okay. Curtain Wall, we lost 324 gold, which is not very good, because we can't really afford to lose any gold at the moment. And in Upchi we got some unrest. Did some patrolling in Broken Land, and Atlantis has been permanently vanquished. Kind of surprising, I mean, because they're around here, I think. I would have thought that as soon as they started losing, they would have just been dom-killed by Abyssia right away, but yeah, let's just check in on the Dominion graph. Oh, it looks like Abyssia may have lost 1 temple recently. That's good. Maybe they're someone's at war with them. That would be good. Then again, maybe not, because our Dominion has gone up slightly and we haven't built any temples or anything, so maybe Dominion just fluctuates like that. Oh well, that's it for messages though. Right, and this turn, a small oversight. I thought we could kind of deal with this while we wait for this, but we can't, because I realized if he moves there, he's immediately in my cap circle, so I kind of have to be ready to defend my capital next. So I'm going to ignore the Agartha stack, and assume it's going to go back at some point. Like, I don't really get why he's just continued attacking me while somebody clears him out from behind, but okay. I need to move as much stuff as possible to be able to defend Phlegra at some point, so kind of stupid the way I move this, but let's start slowly moving it back a bit. So stuff in Rubber Home is going back to Broken Land, and the slow stuff in Broken Land is going to Curtain Wall, so that's this thing. But yeah, I just want to make sure we can defend against this if we need to, and I guess ignore this. Last time I said the opposite. I said we'll try and deal with this and ignore this, but yeah, we're flipping that around now. We're going to ignore this and try to defend against this instead. See how that goes. Our research yet is that, hey, we're about to get Firestorm. We can put up Firestorm, and then just do the usual buffs on our dudes. Firestorm kind of lowers the value of our Fog Warriors, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So the time being, that's all the movements we have over here, is just moving stuff back towards Phlegra. I'm going to put some things into Amphalia. We've got a Tyrant and the Mercenaries, just to defend this in case that gets raided again this turn. And I'm bidding on another mercenary company in Molten, so the Lions. So we'll defend this a little bit. Still got some guys patrolling on Phlegra as well, just in case something flies onto that. And doing a little bit of forging, making a shroud, and making another Endless Bag of Wine. Another oversight is I moved this guy to Illwinter to start doing poison golem stuff, and I didn't realize that's wrong. Poison golem is D4 E2. So I need someone who already has D3 so that the staff can get them up. So the only guy I can have do that is this guy. But he needs earth boots as well. So I'm going to make another skull staff this month. So that, yeah, I guess this guy can just keep his. We need someone to have at least D3 with Astral, I think, to be able to do darkness easily. Yeah, so we can give this next skull staff to Lothar, actually. So we'll keep one for poison golems, and we'll give the other one to Lothar. And he can do power of the spheres and then, yeah, put up darkness. Okay. So I'm making another skull staff. So it's going to be a while before we can get a poison golem out, unfortunately, but, you know, we can do that eventually. And I'm also going to do another cast of Hidden Sands this turn. So, Anonymous Speaking on Background is doing that this month. Our usual guy is insane this month, unfortunately, so he's just going to chill out. He's researching, though, which is more useful than some other outcomes from going insane, so that's not too bad. Everyone else is just kind of sitting here because they can move straight to Phlegra in one turn if they need to. So, yeah, giving out lanterns again. Almost back up to 1,000 research. So besides correcting our actions from last turn, not much else happening now. We will get another Hidden Sands out the next turn though, and also another Tyrant. And we'll have a Shroud in addition to this stuff. Not great gear, but you know, that's what we've got. And I guess that's all fine for now, yeah. We'll just start moving down towards this, I guess. I'm gonna have to use my god to do Firestorm, I think. What were you currently doing? Oh, I've changed it already. What was he doing? Let me just check. Are you just doing Weapons of Sharpness? Probably, right? Weapons of Sharpness. Marble Warriors, I guess. I think getting up Firestorm's probably a better use for him, and then he can spam Weapons of Sharpness if he's got the strength for it. I'll be okay. Anything else to say? I don't think so. I mean, we haven't been in a strong position for a while. I switched to reanimating Soulless to try and help with supply in the wasteland a bit. For all the good it'll do. I mean, we might as well try and keep some of the... It's down to 200 population. I mean, maybe we can't even do ghouls at this point. We might have run out of people. So ghouls requires population to do. And reanimating Soulless needs corpses to do. And we have got plenty of corpses, so yeah. I'll start reanimating Soulless now instead. Got plenty of ghouls in the garrison, at least. These guys have 20 map move too, so they can get around pretty easily. So just making more chaff. Especially if, I mean, these guys might attract some MR negates attacks, which would be useful. Keep our giants alive a bit longer. They do have souls. So they'd attract mine hunts and things. Not mine hunt, soul slays and things. Paralyzes. I think. Let me just double check. That hits undead, right? Yeah. What about paralyze? Yeah, okay. As long as they're not mindless. Yeah, so they're useful for soaking up MR negate spells for us. Keep our giants alive. They're not bad units as well if they hit, because they just do a bunch of fatigue damage, right? Yeah. Well, anyway, besides that, not much else to say, unfortunately. But, you know, we're still making Tyrants every 2 turns and still doing Hidden Sands every 2 turns. And we have, you know, stuff in the works to get out additional stuff like Poison Golems. So, you know, we're not completely helpless at the moment. We're still developing. We're just flanked by 2 extremely large stacks. And this is going to resolve soon, and then who knows what they do next. Yeah. Hopefully this just goes away now and tries to defend against Irothea. That would be ideal. Well, whatever. That's turn 50. So thanks as always for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. And hopefully I'll see you next time.